Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Kat Sullivan, back again with another Pinterest training for you. In today's training, I'm gonna show you something that literally people ask me every single day. Kat, how do you create viral pins on Pinterest? So we've been able to have pins that have gotten 100,000 shares. We've had pins get over 1 million impressions on just one piece of content. And I've watched videos on how to create viral pins, and I gotta tell you guys, today we are gonna knock out all the stuff that's out there, all the fluff training that's telling you how to create viral pins. I'm gonna tell you exactly what we did to create viral pins over and over and over again so that you can create viral pins in your business. Again, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you amazing trainings just like this one. Enjoy the training, guys.
Catherine Sullivan is the CEO and founder of Marketing Solved, a serial entrepreneur, marketing coach, and online educator. You want to know this woman.
All right, guys, I'm super excited to share this top secret training with you on how to actually create viral Pinterest pins. Now, before I dive all the way in, you have to promise that one, if you found this helpful, that you make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, that's my favor if you found this helpful. And also, I want to make sure that you guys know what I'm teaching you is absolutely proven. When I say viral pins, I mean thousands and thousands of impressions and clicks. I don't just mean one pin that got 1,000 likes or anything like that. I mean, we have proven consistently over and over and over again that we can get viral content on Pinterest with a proven formula. So again, if you see other tutorials for viral pins, make sure they have the results that they're teaching you before you take their advice. Because I know there's a lot of people out there teaching how to create viral pins and they don't have viral pins. So it's more than just knowing how to do it. It's being able to execute it and get those results for yourself. So just want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there because I see the trainings and I'm like, that's not actually how you do it, but okay. So like I said, I want to make sure you guys know I'm the real deal. Here's what we've done, okay? This pin had about, 10,000 impressions. This pin had 8,000 impressions. This pin had 3,000 impressions. This pin had 3,900 impressions. We've got, these are the numbers. Here's one, 447,000. That's close to 500,000 impressions on one piece of content. Imagine being able to duplicate that over and over and over again. Let's see the next one. This one has 4,600 impressions, 78,000 impressions, 1,900 impressions, and there we go. 1 million impressions on just one piece of content. So when I tell you guys, this is something we've proven, we know how to execute it over and over and over again and make sure all of our content actually performs this well, that's what I mean. I want you to make sure that you're getting information from someone who did not watch a YouTube video yesterday. We've been doing Pinterest marketing for about 10 years now. Here's another one that we had. This one had 142,000 shares on it. And I can continue, I can keep going. I can keep going and keep going, but I want to just show you how to do it for yourself, okay? So here's one of the number one things you need to know when it comes to creating viral pins on Pinterest is what to do and what not to do. Most people are going to fall in the what not to do category, but you are going to learn how to do this differently and you are going to change your ways. So first things first, I pulled up a couple examples for you just to show you what we're looking at, okay? Let's say you are a company and you sell iPhone cases. The first thing that you do when you get to Pinterest is you search iPhone case. You got to see what's out there. You got to see what's popular. You got to see what people are clicking on, what the results are, right? So I click on iPhone case. We have a client, a member in one of our programs, and he has a really great company. They do iPhone cases. So I did a bunch of research for him. It's called iCandy. I think it's iCandyCases.com. And I did this research and I was like, wow, look at all of these pins. They're really cool. But what I see as a user is it all blends in. Nothing stands out, okay? It's just everyone's holding, it's all this. Everyone's holding a case. That doesn't stand out. That doesn't create this attraction or this magnet for people looking at iPhone cases, right? It's very dull. They're very boring. They all look the same. I'm not impressed. What I would do is I would create something that doesn't look like any of these. All right, let me show you a couple more examples. All right, gardening, super popular. What you see here is everything is green. Green, 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 because green is associated with gardening, correct? However, when I'm like, okay, but how does my content stand out if everything is green? Here's what I said most people do. All right. And this is the wrong thing to do when it comes to Pinterest marketing for your business is people will go and do the research and they'll go, okay, everything looks green. So I need a really good picture of a garden. And that's how I'm going to drive traffic. Well, in fact, you're just going to create a piece of content that looks like everybody else's piece of content. So it's not going to stand out. You're not going to get extra clicks. You're not going to go viral because you're creating content that looks like everybody else's. When really what you need to do is see what stands out, what pops, what are people going to be magnetized to, right? So when I'm looking at this, I see this one. This one pops. 15 gardening hacks you probably didn't know about. The 15 is big, it's bold, and it's not green. It's yellow. Gives you a little bit of a contrast. Instead of just being a picture of a garden, it actually is text on the front that tells you what you're going to get when you click that link. So if I were doing this research, I would go, okay, let me see here. What are some colors I don't see? Okay, I love this. This one, purple. Boom. Purple stands out because it's not blending in with everything else. Everything else is green. So you could say, you know what, I'm going to create content, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to create something yellow or something purple. Or look, where's the red? Not a single thing that's red. So red might be something that's going to stand out if you're trying to get in front of people who are gardening. You need to do something different, not the same. And that's where people fall in line. If I was going to do iPhone cases, the last thing I would do would be just a boring picture of me holding an iPhone. I don't think that I would click on that because there's 700 other ones. But what you could do is you could create a tall pin and you could make it a collage with 10 different colored iPhone cases, and you could make it really tall, have lots of different styles on it, because that in this sea of everything's the same size, everything's the same color, everything's the same style, you have to do something that actually stands out. All right? I'm going to show you this one. I'm in marketing, right? That's what I do. So all of our pieces of content that go really viral are around and related to marketing. When I type in marketing, you go through and it all kind of it all kind of looks the same, right? It does. It all kind of looks the same. It's like the same size, the big 12, the flat lays, the pictures of computers, right? Like everyone does the same thing. They go and their research is backwards. They're like, well, everyone else is doing this, so that must be what works. Wrong. No, that's not what works. This pin that we had that got 1 million impressions, do you know why that post did so well? Let me show you. Let's do social media content as the keyword. All right. Okay. Social media content, right? So again, you look through here, again, it's better. I mean, there's some that are better, but at the time everything was flat lay, image, white, pastel, everything was the same. So I went in and was like, well, what's not being done, right? What's not being done? And I looked and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something yellow because I want this to stand out. So I'm going to make it just tall enough so that it doesn't cut off my pen. And I'm going to do something bold and creative. I'm going to do yellow. And the results kind of speak for themselves. That yellow pen got 1 million impressions on that one piece of content. One. Now, this one, the reason this one went viral, and yes, I know why, is because back in the day when we were just getting started, everyone only did... Sorry, my computer's going a little wonky. Everyone did these title pins and they all look the same. So back in the day when I wrote this article, I was like, well, how can I make that stand out? So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all of the content on the front of the pin. And I'm going to just put it on there and let people see it and save it. So if you were on Pinterest and you saw this, and then you saw this, you'd be like, I'm going to save this one. It's big, it's bold, it's tall, it's got all the value on front. At the time, no one was doing that. They were all doing this. So I saw that as an opportunity to just design a pen that stood out, that was different than everything else. And I want you guys to get into the habit of seeing what everyone else is doing and pivoting, finding a way that you can see how everything looks the same and what you could do to stand out. This is a video. It's for toothpaste. It's completely irrelevant to fitness. However, that stands out. It's got a bright blue background and green elements. Like that totally stands out because everything else is girl, image. Like this 12, these are cool, but I would totally change the colors because they don't pop enough. They just aren't bright enough. They don't stand out. They don't magnetize, or they don't, they're just not magnetizing me to their content. So I would look for what's missing in this. Is it that it needs a really tall pen? Is it something that maybe like this may not be the best graphic, but it definitely stands out. I looked at it. I didn't even see this, but I looked at this. Right? So I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that you can learn so much by looking at this feed and seeing what everyone else does and then doing it way, way differently. That's going to be your challenge. So no matter what it is, the first thing I want you to do is go and search, look at the results, see what's missing, and then create something that fills that gap, that fills that need. We did one. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. So let's see. And if you want to see what's being pinned from other websites, you can go to pinterest.com/source/ whatever URL, entrepreneur.com, marketingsolve.com, bodybuilding.com, whatever. Just type that in. And there was one that we did just recently and it went bananas. This was one of them. So I'll open that one up and I'll tell you what the thought process was behind that, because I test a lot of graphics against each other, and I'll show you how they performed in a second. Okay, here it is. So the one that I had done recently was this black pen. Now, when I was researching this, I was doing a training for my audience, and I was trying to figure out what do I need to do that's different, that stands out? And as I was looking at, I think it was just online businesses. So let me go back to Pinterest and search online businesses. What I found was that they all looked the same, right? Like they were all light colored and they all had the image with somebody who has a phone, or they just all looked the same. And I was like, well, what can I do that's different? And I created a ton of different graphics. So let me show you what I did. For this one specifically, I created this one and this bright pink one and this black one and this blue one and this little pastel colored one. And what I found was that it performed really well because it looked different than everything else that was standing out here. Nothing here is hot pink, right? Nothing here is all black. It's all kind of the same. So again, it's just a matter of you guys identifying what works really, really well for you. The other one, I'm going to actually pull up my profile to show you guys quickly here. I had pinned some different pieces of content a couple weeks back just as testing, right? And one thing I want you guys to understand that you have full control over is creating multiple graphics per post. So if you've seen, when I clicked here, I have 6 different graphics that people can pin. That gives them a lot of control over what they're pinning to Pinterest. And it takes out the assumption that I know what they're going to like the best. And this is really important. I don't know what's going to perform the best. I don't know if red or yellow or this kind of overlay or putting the actual graphic on there. I don't know what's going to perform best. The best thing I know how to do is go into Canva and create a variety of graphics. So for this one, we did 75 free Pinterest resources. And let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different graphics. Okay, so see these? We've got like the gray, then we did that with the red because Pinterest, then we did yellow because yellow worked on the other pin, right? Then we did this one with the red overlay with the Pinterest background, and then we did this one with just the actual download and what they would get. So when I look at this, I had no idea which one was going to perform the best. I just don't, you cannot predict that. The only way is to just create a variety. So whereas yellow killed it on the other one, we got 1 million impressions. Right here, it got 544. So I knew right off the bat, yellow wasn't going to cut it for people searching for Pinterest. So then you see this one, actually, of all of them, was one of the higher. It was just an image. I literally put some text over it, and I just toned down the brightness. So that's it. It was super simple. That one had 6,500 impressions. This one with the Pinterest resources got 1,300. So it's things like that, and 120 clicks, which is pretty important. This one got 125 clicks as well. So it is important to know that. But at the end of the day, I can't predict what's going to perform, what's going to go viral, but I will put out as much content as I can, as many different graphics that I can, so that I can let my audience decide what they want and what they want to share. If I only create one, I'm doubling down. If I create 5, I have 5 different posts that are going to all be reaching different audiences, that are all ranking, that are all driving traffic, and then my audience tells me which design they like the most. So that's going to be how you guys start creating content that goes actual viral. All right? See what everyone else is doing. Don't do that. Do it completely different. Create a variety of graphics that are going to stand out, that are going to magnetize your audience, that are going to pop, and that's how you guys are going to start getting a lot more clicks on your pins. So again, if you guys found this helpful, make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe so that I'll continue to bring you guys amazing training like this. See you soon.
All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that training. Again, we wanted to make sure that we cut out the fluff and we give you the actual meat and tactics of how to create those viral pins. And now you have exactly what you need in your tool belt to help you really accelerate your marketing on Pinterest. Again, if you found this video helpful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We love you guys. See you next time.